The two suspects accused of shooting at a homeless encampment last year appeared in court today. Cristobal Perez appeared in person, while Kylie Au Young appeared in a video call because she is on house arrest. Today, both attorneys for Young and Perez agreed to change the preliminary hearing to April 4th. Both are facing a number of charges. Prosecutors say the two plotted the deadly December 1st shooting in advance at a homeless encampment near Charleston and US 95. 5 people were shot and 2 died. Surveillance video was released a few days after the shooting, showing one of the suspects getting into a getaway car after opening fire on the homeless camp.